Welcome on in to WagerTalk Today, where we talk the talk and we walk the walk. That's right. It's WagerTalk Today, folks. Andy Lang, Dan Alexander. We're here with you on a Dinger Tuesday, on a $5 Tuesday. Jesse Schule, Ross Benjamin, Andy. You can breathe, buddy. You can breathe. Take a large gasping air. Please. We love the comments that we get here on the show. We had a comment yesterday from Ja Pootie Tang, mentioning that he loves Andy's gasping breath. So we were going to see how long Andy could hold his breath for. Are you okay, buddy? Are you a little lightheaded? Are you good to
go? So I didn't get the comment, and I was like, what is he talking about? But we know Ja Pootie Tang. He's been with us for a long time. He's awesome. So I was like, there's something to this. And I did not realize that, yes, every single time we open the show, Dan, you say you are live, and I go,
yes.
Welcome to every video.
No, we should make
live show.
We should make a compilation of, because so here's the whole peek behind the curtain. On StreamYard here, we hit, go live on the show. And then there's either anywhere from a 5-second to a 10-second delay. So your guess is as good as ours as when the show actually fires up here. Professional stuff that we have here. So that's why you get the You Are Live. You get the little peek behind the curtain and Andy's gasping breath. But Andy, we've now made it a minute 20. Terrific comment. Keep the comments coming. We absolutely love them. Also, Andy, noted Sophie Cunningham hater. We can talk about that on a different show here. But Andy, we are a minute 42 into the show. We lost the play yesterday. Insane finish in that game. Unfortunately, Lynx not quite showing out. But we're sticking with the WNBA, Andy. And what are we going with for the play of the day tonight?
We'll talk about today's play of the day, and then I want to go back to yesterday because there's going to be I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, we have all lost on sucker bets where the lines make no sense whatsoever. I am fully expecting my heart to be broken on this one because it's college football season. Ross did a fantastic job with the segment, This Line Makes No Sense, which I can't wait to bring back. I'm just going to tell you this line makes no sense, Dan. Why the Mystics are only -1.5 and -115. I can't find anything on the injury report. The Mystics have won 3 of 4. Their only loss was to the Lynx, who have the best record in the league. Their only 2 other losses in the last 13 games were to Marco's Aces, who are really good. Mystics just beat Phoenix by 20 on August 9th. The Mercury are not good. They have lost 5 out of 6. Their only win is to the Sparks, who are openly tanking. The last 10 games, the Mercury are 10th in offense and defense. The Mystics are 7th in offense and 3rd in defense. Not only would I take the -1.5, this is a ladder play that I think you could maybe take a unit and spread it out over the alt lines, -2.5, 3.5, 4.5. Maybe even take a -10.5 if we get a blowout. But I do not understand this line. Listen, Mercury could win outright because this line may be a trap line, but all the analytics and all the numbers point to a big Mystics win.
I love it. A ladder play here for the play of the day. The official, we're grading it at the market. We're seeing 1.5 pretty much painted, and a lot of action actually going on Washington. So it'll be interesting to see if that sticks, Andy. But we're going 1.5, and we're laddering it. Let's climb the ladder, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So the play yesterday, we had Olivia Miles over 1.5 3-pointers. She played really bad. The team was awful. That's one of the worst games you'll ever see them play. 66 points. I'm going right back to that prop. And I bet the books are going to be onto it too. I bet we get a worse line. Even though she's coming off a terrible game, you would think, oh, the books, she might be in a slump. No, off of a bad game, you just come right back to it. She's not going to shoot that bad. She didn't even play for a big chunk of the fourth quarter because they were getting blown out. So when you have a prop that is that big of a dud, just come right back to it. Try and go 1-1, break even, and then move on to the next one. So couple of little news and notes things. The Big Ten has already announced they're banning NFL players from returning to college.
What a crazy sentence. What a crazy sentence it's even like a thing. But that's where we are, folks. That's where we are. So
okay, you can't go
leading
to the
from
NFL
the front.
Come back
the Big
to
Ten.
College.
Yeah,
yes.
Leading from the front.
Yeah. So let's see. The Texans, little trade there, get Keyshawn Boutte from the Patriots. They lost Higgins for the year, so they trade a safety to the Patriots. I kind of like Keyshawn Boutte. He's a good downfield threat. Like he's not going to have 90 catches, but he'll get you 40, and like 3 or 4 of them will be really big plays. So I like that one. And then I continue to make this case here. So Angel Reese, 26 rebounds last night. She helped cash the same game parlay hit yesterday on the prop line video for that. I think she's this generation's Dennis Rodman. An absolute monster on the boards, struggles with layups at times, rough inside, just quirky. I can't think of a better comp for her than Dennis Rodman. The way she plays is just, I don't know if you guys got a better comp. I'm just trying to think of any basketball. I've never seen a WNBA player like her. And when I go, see, and this is not true. This is a nice narrative that you guys have created. It's not true. Most of those rebounds. Oh, it's just saying 22 of the 26 rebounds. No, that's a narrative that is just not true. Like, you could repeat it as many times as possible. It's not the case. She's a monster on the boards. I'm trying to break these narratives. So I hear my high school just banned college players from returning. Yes, can't go to college, then come right back. So
thought I had a year left. Now that I moved home, I thought I had a year left. Oh, Andy, also final news and note before we bring in Jesse Schule. We got the Fade God standing by. We do have an update in the 49ers owner prostitution whole debacle that we talked about at length yesterday. The owner of the trailer park has now come out and said, hey, just so you know, he just got pulled over here. This wasn't his destination. So do not besmirch my trailer park. Is the owner of the trailer park has now come out to say he only got pulled over here. He wasn't here for said sex acts. So that was the we need to update this on a daily basis, okay. Andy, and that was the latest update.
Okay. I'm guessing the nice lady he was going to meet probably had 2 first names. Like Candy Bella.
1,000%. Brandy Lynn. Yeah, 1,000%.
100%. 100%. So, all right. Well, let's bring in the Fade. Oh, real quick. We did good on our predictions here yesterday, Dan, on baseball. Okay. We said that over in the Mariners-Phillies game didn't make any sense, and then they scored 6 in the first inning. I just want to jump on. I just think the Rays at -125 whenever they have one of their good pitchers is just an auto bet. I mean, Rasmussen was really good yesterday. Now they got Seymour that's on the mound today. He's really good. I almost like the under on the first 5 innings because Job is actually not too bad for Detroit. I think he's had 1 miserable start. And yeah, he had 1 miserable start, and that was at home. He's had 2 road starts, and those were really good. He pitched really good in those. So an under in the first 5 innings, maybe combined with the Rays money line. But I love this Rays team, man. Head down, keep winning. Let the Red Sox and the Yankees get all the headlines. So,
yeah, for me, Andy, real quick, I would just say I've been isolating on that Phillies. That's why we like that Phillies over. They got Nola on the mound tonight. It's going against Kirby. With that huge win streak that the Phils had, going and playing a cross-country series that doesn't start until 9:40. They've had that late night game so high and coming down low. I think Seattle wins this series, and I think it probably starts with a win tonight. So I would go Seattle money line would be a MLB thought for me since we're throwing them out at the top.
Okay. All right. I didn't have any other WNBA thoughts besides the Mystics. That one just jumped off the page. So nothing in that one. And props, I've got a free play MLB prop that is up. So if you need a prop, go over there. All right. It's $5 Tuesday, and we got to talk with the Fade God, Jesse. Jesse comes in. And immediately, listen, there's multiple signs that college football and NFL is back. But when Jesse shows up wearing the jersey, that's just like a surefire sign that college football is absolutely here. Jesse, happy Tuesday. How are you?
Buffalo.
I'm feeling squirrely. I had to break out the Colorado jersey.
It looks great, man. Yeah, like you look like a natural in that one.
He's a huge fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a lot of friends in Colorado.
You're going to make even more today. So we bring in Jesse, not to fade Jesse, but Jesse's going to tell us to fade. So we're going to talk college football. But first, let's talk a couple of MLB games to touch on. It's Paul Skeens Day, I believe. So pick a couple teams. Tell us why we're going to fade them.
All right, let's start with Paul Skeens Day. Great news. Skeens will be on the mound again. Pittsburgh has lost 3 of 4. They did win last night in game 1 at San Diego in 12 innings, extra innings. But Skeens, he's 0-2 with a 5.89 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Pirates are 4-13 straight up in his last 17 starts. And of those 4 wins, 3 of those wins came at home at Pittsburgh. Michael King will be the starter for San Diego. He's 8-9 with a 3.38 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP on the season. 5-4 with a 3.21 ERA in 13 home starts. Good numbers in his career against the Pirates. 2-0 with a 2.65 ERA and 3 starts against Pittsburgh. San Diego has the better bullpen. They rank 11th in team ERA among relievers. Pittsburgh ranks 21st. Cheap price, we got the Padres minus 121. We will take San Diego and fade Paul Skeens. And game number 2, I'm looking at Cleveland at the Angels. Cleveland is minus 140. The total just 7. Cleveland's won 5 in a row, and I don't like to fade teams that are won 5 straight games. They're 2.5 games out of first in the AL Central, and they're sending a pretty quality pitcher to the mound too. Gavin Williams, 12-7, 3.72 ERA, 1.09 WHIP on the season. Just 6-4 with a 4.25 ERA in 12 starts on the road. And the Angels are sending their ace to the mound, Walbert Urena, 8-9 with a 2.80 and 1.24 WHIP on the season. But his home numbers, pretty stellar, 7-2 with a 2.27 ERA in 12 starts at home. And if we just look at his last 4 home starts, he's only allowed 2 runs in 24 innings. And the Angels will be a home dog in this spot. I'm going to look at taking the Angels for the first 5 innings plus a half a run. It's going to be pretty tough for Cleveland to have a lead in the first 5 innings, given this pitching matchup, in my opinion. So we're going to take LA as the home dog, and we'll take San Diego as a small home favorite.
All right. Fading Paul Skeens. Yeah, in the chat, Robert saying you got to wonder if we find out after the regular season something's not right with him. Power guy drops, velocity like that, not good. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. We see this in just about every sport. Hockey jumps to mind. They get done with the series. It's like, oh, this guy had a broken leg. Like, oh, that would explain it. We're going to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes. Let's do that right now. You get some juicy little tidbits. You teased us, and then you're like, hold on, I'm going to save all of it for the show. So let's talk Colorado Buffaloes. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, well, I dropped my Colorado video, Colorado's week 1 game at Georgia Tech. I dropped a video last week, and no surprise, I'm picking Georgia Tech. At the time, that line was sitting at -7, and it's since dropped to -6.5 for Georgia Tech as the home favorite. And I thought I was pretty much done talking about Colorado as far as in the preseason, but things have kind of piqued my interest. For example, on that video that I dropped, in the comments section, man, is there a lot of Colorado fans coming at me, telling me, they're not just telling me that I'm underestimating their team. They're telling me Colorado's going to win the game outright. They're going to win by 21 plus points. And I'm not talking about one crazy guy saying this. I'm talking about dozens and dozens of people that truly believe that Colorado is an absolute juggernaut this year. And, you know, I look around and I start to see plenty of warning signs. I don't know if you guys are aware, but people in chat might be aware. There's a viral video going around about Colorado's strength and conditioning coach, a speech that, well, she's from Canada, and I got nothing against people from Canada. Hell, I'm from Canada. And I don't have any political opinions about certain strength and conditioning coaches, but I have noticed that former NFL and college football players have some strong opinions about that. Also, I noticed that there was another viral video going around about the size of Colorado's players, that they appear to be really undersized. And I've seen some pushback on that. But since breaking news just this past week, Deion Sanders has locked the press out of practices. They now have closed practices. normally the press is not allowed to see everything at practice, but they will have areas and times of practice where the press can come in, snap a few photos, do a few interviews. That is not happening at Colorado right now. Apparently, even students have to turn in their phones. Nobody's allowed to film. You're not even allowed to have a pencil and a notepad at a Colorado practice currently. And this could be because of some of the negative reports in the media. But Dion seems to be doing some strange things the way he's running this program. And I'm looking around. I looked at a recent article published by CBS Sports. Apparently, BetMGM, the second highest bet win total at BetMGM this year, is the over 4.5 regular season wins for Colorado. And their biggest liability as far as conference championship odds is Colorado to win the Big 12 at plus 8,000. And this is an indication to me, as I'm seeing in the comments of my videos, that Colorado fans, they're just not that in tune with reality, in my opinion. They're playing Georgia Tech. The lines dropped to 6.5. Yes, as Colorado fans have pointed out, Georgia Tech lost Haynes King. So I want to address that right now. I'm a big Haynes King fan. It's going to be impossible to find a quarterback that's going to lay his body on the line and play the way Haynes King did for this team. But I think a common misconception among casual college football fans is you bring in a new quarterback, so you're doomed. I just want to point out that last year, a team named Alabama brought in a new quarterback. His name was Ty Simpson. He was drafted in the first round of the NFL. A team by the name of Ole Miss brought in a new quarterback off the bench as a backup, came in when Austin Simmons got hurt. His name is Trinidad Chambliss, and he's considered the best quarterback in the country heading into 2026. So just because you have a new quarterback doesn't mean you have a terrible quarterback. Georgia Tech has one of the better running back duos in the country. New pieces on the offensive line, but Brent Key has a proven history of developing offensive lines. And Brent Key has a proven history of just winning football games. At home, I got to take Georgia Tech minus the 6.5. I think it's a bargain. I think the line movement here is not sharp money. I think it's definitely the opposite of sharp money.
Practice is where you earn trophies. Game day is simply where you collect what you're owed. God, she's good, man.
I don't want to offer too many strong opinions on that, Andy, but refer to other people's opinions there.
I'm just saying. I went out and ran a lap. Just when I heard that, because I want to collect my trophy on game day. So, do you have any thoughts on week 0? We've got some lesser known teams to the general public that are playing.
Well, we've all heard the expression, if you got 2 quarterbacks, that means you don't have any. UNLV, one of the big favorites to win the Mountain West this year. A lot of people think this is a playoff team. They went out and got Jackson Arnold to be their starting quarterback, and he failed to win the job. And now Dan Mullen says they're going to mix and match with Jackson Arnold and Alex Orji. And that sounds like a recipe for disaster to me. UNLV is definitely on my fade list. They're playing Memphis, I believe, in week 0. And Memphis is a team that I think is a kind of a sleeper with Charles Huff bringing in his entire team from Southern Miss. So that is one opinion. And the other one that I'll mention is Virginia Cavaliers. The Cavs won 11 games last year. A bunch of those wins came in overtime. They got a lot of lucky bounces. They're bringing in Bo Prabula at quarterback. I'm not a big fan of Bo Prabula. I think I've compared him to Jackson Arnold. And I think based on the 11 wins last year and all those wins in close games, they're due for some regression. And in week 0, they play NC State. NC State's got an experienced quarterback in CJ Bailey. NC State getting the points looks like the play to me. I think Virginia's also on my fade list early in this season.
Oh boy, don't you hate it when Dan's
Sorry
muted?
about that. Real quick, no, it's because this number is so head scratching. That's why I couldn't even let it be put over air, Andy. I do have a quick question for you here, Jesse. Biggest favorite here in college football week 0. You got USC. I'm seeing 38, some 39s. Against San Jose State. I bring this up because I saw an insight from our friends over at VSiN. Huge home favorites, so 36 points or more week 0 and week 1 of college football since 2013. 23-0 straight up, 18-5 against the number. So those games average anywhere from a 54 to 58 score. So any thoughts there on the huge favorite that you're seeing with USC against San Jose? You're the fade god, but you're not that crazy of a fade god of finding a way to back San Jose State, right, Jesse?
No, San Jose State's a team that's completely overhauled everything. There a lot of unknowns about San Jose State, but they lost a lot of talent from last year's roster. So both teams trending in opposite directions. USC is potentially one of the top 5 teams in the country this year. Now, a lot of people are saying USC is going to make the playoffs. USC is going to do this. They're going to do that. They might be the 5th best team in the country or even the 4th best team in the country and still not make the playoffs because of the teams they play. They're playing, the Oregons and the Indianas and the Ohio States. But in week 0 against a San Jose State team, I think they're going to run wild. And Lincoln Riley, I think he might want to run up the score a little bit.
Makes sense. So it's $5 Tuesday. Jesse, what do you have up for everybody?
I got an ATS underdog in Major League Baseball for my $5 play, but I'm super excited. I'm doing a show with Ross Benjamin and Sean Higgs. We're going to start recording tomorrow. That show will be available on WagerTalk TV on Thursday morning for breaking down week 0 college football. I'm doing another show with Carmine Bianco weekly for the NFL, and I got a bunch of specials available as a celebration for those 2 shows. Myself and Ross Benjamin, a 3-day buy one, get one free throughout the football season, 3-day all sports, $69. Buy myself, get Ross Benjamin free, or buy Ross and get me free. And we got a full season NFL BOGO for myself and Carmine Bianco.
Awesome stuff. Good specials there. And college football season is here, baby. Can't wait. Next week, Jesse's going to be college football heavy. South Dock, any thoughts on Clemson getting 10.5? Too early to look at that one, Jesse, or do you have any thoughts?
So I did do my video on Clemson LSU already, and I do have LSU as rated my most overrated team in the country. However,
look away.
Just this week, there's been some negative news out of the Clemson camp. Defensive lineman got arrested, and a cornerback, I think, got injured. So they're down 2 key defenders. So, yeah, I would say wait on that. The line will probably go up even more. And I'm not sure if I'm in on Clemson anymore after those injury concerns and players on the defense going to be missing from that game.
All right. Thank you very much, Jesse. Again, we got these parlay. We got these breakdown videos that are coming out. A lot of them on the YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe. That way you can see Jesse's plays. All right, Jesse, good luck on $5 Tuesday, and have a good one, man.
Jesse, the fade god.
Fade god. Play the drop. We forgot to play the $5.
Oh, man, that's bad luck. That's bad.
Yeah.
Jesse's just glad that we don't play the absolute wagon one. But don't worry, folks. The most confusing drop ever. It's $5 Tuesday.
Are you not entertained?
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Are you not entertained?
I mean, it's not that confusing, is it?
No, I know. It's just it is funny that it's just like a Spartan, on a beach. I like it.
Get the juices. Get the juices.
I like it. I like it. Don't change it.
All right, $5 Tuesday. I've got a contender series play that just went up. We lost last week. I am upset about it, so we get back on the wagon this week. We've also got a $5 MLB play. Yesterday, I told you guys, niche, narrow the lane, stay in your lane. We cashed another pitching prop last night with ease. Today's play is, of course, a pitching prop. I don't do spreads. I don't do totals. I stick to props. And not only do I stick to props, I stick to pitching props in MLB. And we have our very first college football play that is up. Dan, we ended last season on a 5-0 run.
Woo.
So if we win, can I claim 6 straight college football losses, or is that a completely weasel? Is it a weasel move?
It is a complete weasel move, but you can claim it. So yes and yes, Andy.
Okay, so checks both the boxes. All right. So technically, we're going for 6 straight college football wins. But no,
are we sticking with? I know we had a good formula on just ISOing in on team totals. Is that something that we plan on doing moving forward? Or are we gonna try our hand at a little more spreads, totals, things like that? Because I know team totals has worked for us in the past for sure.
So I started doing college football with team totals, and we just had one play a week, and it worked fantastic. Towards the end of last year, we realized we were missing out on markets. Props are fantastic for us in bowl games. I don't know how many props we're going to have in the regular season, but once we get to bowl games, the props were absolute dynamite. Jan has joined our team to do college football, and he loves the smaller schools. That's where he finds all the value. So we will be adding some spreads, and this play is a spread. So it's available
Let's go.
in all your books. But team totals, absolutely. Props, absolutely. We're not going to be high volume, couple plays a week, but we are going to the spread god. We have the fade.
Let's win the play first, Jan. Let's win the play first, and then we'll think about introducing spread god adjacent nicknames, my friend.
Yes. Brian asked if we could talk about the Braves and the Dodgers. Is Ross going to talk about that game, or do I need to do a breakdown on
why don't we talk Braves Dodgers? Ross coming up, we're going to do Cubs D-backs and Red Sox Marlins. So let's do Braves Dodgers real quick.
Okay, I'm looking at the lines. I got to tell you, I like the Braves at plus 130 in the first 5. Elder is going for the Braves. He's been fantastic. He got blown up once. That was against the Mets. But you got Glass now coming back for the Dodgers. Hasn't pitched in months because of a back injury. He had 77 pitches in his last, AAA start. What's a pitch count going to be for him? I don't think this is the Dodgers have expectations to win this game. I think this is just get Glass now some pitches, get him up to speed. Plus 130 when I get Elder on the mound for Atlanta, and I get a guy for the Dodgers coming back that's going to be on a pitch count, just kind of knocking the rust off, kind of, dipping his toes in the water. I think plus 130 on the first 5 of the Braves would be the only way that I would play that one. Not finding much value in I don't want the bullpens involved, because that could get pretty messy. But so Braves plus 130, I think that's the best number in that one. So
yeah, and I think Braves probably going to be very happy, Andy, to be home. I think they're returning home. I think it was 7 games, 4 different cities, that road trip that they have, wow. And they finally were able to salvage. I think they dropped 5 of those 7, and then they got that 4-2 win against the Brewers. So kind of limping back home. They are coming off a little bit of a rest here as they're taking on the Dodgers. So I like the angle of fading the guy who is just kind of returning to form, especially Dodgers still, I believe, enter this game 4-game lead above Atlanta. So you can drop maybe this first one, then dial in a little bit more. And Atlanta kind of really wants to get back on the winning foot there. So I like the thought process there in the first 5, because maybe Dodgers still end up getting the win, but let's take the pitching edge in the first 5.
Yeah. This is a funny comment. I got to bring this up. So I got 2 words, Andy. Stan Dorsonville. We picked Stan Dorsonville as an underdog at UFC, and he won. He was making his UFC debut, and he came out afterwards and was like, I can cut my hours down at Home Depot now. Guy works at Home Depot. And now that can you imagine being a coworker of Stan Dorsonville? like he's in plumbing supplies and he just whooped someone's ass in UFC on Saturday, but he's got to make his shift on Monday. What a hilarious thing. How was your weekend? Oh, I won at UFC. What'd you do? Oh, I picked up a shift. Dave needed to
mix some paint. Yeah, Dave was off.
Let's bring in Ross, the boss, Benjamin. So,
The boss is here, boss. You pulling any shifts over at Home Depot, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm pulling a lot of shifts for WagerTalk. I can tell you that.
You're not
Because
wrong.
college
You're not
football's coming up. You know.
Yeah, and Ross, we might as well let the cat out of the bag. I talked with you, Brian Power, and Ralph this morning. You guys are in. So if you folks were a fan of last season's show, it was The Blitz, and we did it Thursdays. Heading on into the weekend, and really, I think it was a little bit too early. So we decided to rework it starting this Saturday at 10 a.m. live. Your questions. We're doing game breakdowns as well. It's Ross Benjamin, Ralph Michaels, Brian Powers. The Blitz is back. You're giving up your Saturday mornings, Ross, buddy.
Yeah.
How did we convince you to do this?
I think it's a great idea to start time at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. It brings you right up to speed with the current lines are going into the games on Saturday, and it's more beneficial to the bettors out there. So looking forward to it. I'm more than willing to sacrifice my Saturday morning. As a matter of fact, I'll be on with Kelly after that on Last Call. So it'll be a busy Saturday morning this Saturday morning. But yeah, our show last year, I really enjoyed it. Ralph Michaels and Brian Power, just an absolute pleasure to work with. True pros, great college football handicappers, and let's go.
I love it, Ross. Between that, your solo game breakdowns that people absolutely love, the new show you're going to be doing with Jesse and Higgs. Ross ain't no sleeping to come football season, folks. He is doing this for you. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out, he's doing all this for free. Check out those premium client plays as well. He's putting in the work. WT.buzz back.
Yeah, since you mentioned it, Dan, if I could just do a shameless plug on that show.
Please do. You deserve it.
It's going to be called The Winner's Circle. We're going to be recording the College Football Week 0 tomorrow. We'll be covering 4 games on that show, and we'll each be giving out a free pick at the end of the show, and looking forward to it. We had a lot of success on another network, and we're hoping to carry that momentum over to WagerTalk TV, so we're looking forward to it.
All right, I love it, Ross. And the crazy thing is Ross is all geared up for college football, and then we got the man on here breaking down 2 MLB games. I don't know when Ross sleeps, but it has to be at some point to be this dialed and keep winning for the clients. But let's talk Cubs and Diamondbacks. You have an opinion on the total in this one, Ross? What are we looking to bet?
I do, Dan, and thank you for asking. The Cubs will go with Clay Holmes on the mound tonight, and the Diamondbacks will counter with Brandon Pfaadt. In Arizona against Clay Holmes, the current roster of the Arizona Diamondbacks, I should say current active roster, just 8 for 37, a .216 batting average against Holmes. So they haven't had a lot of success when facing Clay Holmes. And Brandon Pfaadt, the starting pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks, he's been red hot. He's been really good over his last 10 starts and even better over his last 5, where he's posted a 1.35 ERA, an 0.78 whip, and a 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Arizona coming off a 7-0 loss to the Cubs last night, and the Diamondbacks have played 10-1 to the under at home this year after scoring 1 run or fewer in their previous game. The Diamondbacks have also played 5-0 to the under this year at home when facing teams like the Cubs with a win percentage of between .540 and .620. I mentioned Clay Holmes, 12 starts this year, a very good 2.49 ERA, 1.11 whip in those starts. In those games that he started, played 8-2-2 to the under. The Cubs bullpen over their last 6 been really good with a team 1.90 ERA, 0.97 whip. And by the way, the Cubs' current active roster against Brandon Pfaadt, Andy, 14 for 85. A 165 team batting average. That's domination. I like the Cubs and the Diamondbacks to go under the total of 8.5.
I love it, Ross. We're going with an under out of the gate here. Next game we're going to talk about, we got Red Sox and Marlins. And this, Ross, it feels like the gasping breaths of some Marlins playoff push hopes are starting to be dashed, because not only did they lose last night 4-2, you get the final there. The bigger loss was they could be without their closer moving forward. So it really feels like you could be in a real heartbreak spot here for the Marlins as they move forward prospectively. How do you see this game shaking out? Do you feel like there's elements of that for this ball club, or are you looking to go the other way? Maybe they win one for the Gipper. What says Ross Benjamin?
Well, you know what? You make a good point about losing the closer, and then also the fact they lost yesterday 4-2, and even more deflating with that loss is they lost with their red-hot ace, Sandy Alcantara, on the mound. So talk about a double dose of injury. We've seen this line go from an opener of 158 to -144, where it currently is. Not sure why, but I'm not buying it. Tyler Phillips, his last 3 starts for the Marlins, uninspiring 4.50 ERA, only averaging 4.7 innings pitched per start, and allowed 3 home runs in those 14 innings pitched. The Marlins bullpen, uninspiring 4.50 ERA as a staff over their last 6, and they only went 1 for 4 on their save opportunities in their last 6 games. So the Marlins bullpen, a little bit of a weakness right now. Although they pitch much better at home than on the road, I still think they're very vulnerable at this time, especially without their closer. And the Boston Red Sox, they've won 4 in a row. They've won 6 of their last 7. They won 35 of their last 47, Dan. You know, I consider that to be hot. What about you? I think so. The Boston Red Sox also, over their last 6 games, really putting together offensively, 5.5 runs scored per game, 295 team batting average, and a 382 on base percentage over their last 6 games. The Red Sox also 18-2 in their last 20 games against teams like the Marlins, who have a winning record, and that includes 7-0 if they played those games on the road. I'm going to take Boston here. I really don't like laying this much juice, but I'm going to make an exception here. I'm going with the Boston Red Sox -144 over the Miami Marlins. Folks, I would go 150 or lower. If it goes over that, what my recommendation would be, if you usually play 150 to win 100 or 151 to win 100, if it goes over that, I would recommend just risking $100 and taking the lower return. So that's my recommendation for that game.
Great breakdown by Ross, the boss, Benjamin. Ross, it is $5 Tuesday. Folks can check out your $5 play at your page, wt.buzz/RB. That's not all that they can find over there, though. Correct, Ross?
No, they could. Well, for the $5 Tuesday, by the way, folks, a Major League Baseball 4% top play total going tonight. And by the way, 4% top plays in all sports, 9-0 with my last 9 and 14-3 with my last 17. So not only could you find that, but we've got a lot of good specials going on. We mentioned college football coming up, and it's worth mentioning to me, my fellow handicapper, Ben Burns, myself and Ben have a combo college football NFL package. Folks, over the last 3 seasons, Ben is number 1 in the NFL with his premium picks. Over the last 3 seasons, I'm number 1 in college football with my college football premium picks. Between the both of us, over the last 3 years, we've made over 300 units in net profit. Folks, if you're betting $100 a unit by following myself and Ben, respectively, with our college football and NFL, you made over $30,000. So you can get my college football and Ben's NFL this season, all through the Super Bowl and through the national championship game, including 5% best bets for just $8.99. If you just want me for college football, Dan, it's going to cost $5.99. So for an additional $300, you could add Ben's NFL in. But if you just prefer to go with me, I have no qualms with that. Is $599 will get you all my college football premium picks right through the regular season, college football conference championship games, bowl games, playoffs, and national title game, and also includes my 5% best bets, of which in college football last year, I went 13-3, 81% with those plays. And last year, as good as I've been over the last 3 years, Dan, last year was actually the best of the 3, as I went 53-31 with my college football picks last year. That's good for 63.1%, folks, and a net profit of over 75 units. So take advantage of these offers, folks. I mean, again, if you're somebody who's betting college football and betting the NFL and you're doing so regularly, you're not going to get a bigger bang for your buck than my college football annual package or the combo package with me and Ben. So take advantage, folks. Spend a little bit of money to make a lot. And for those of you out there who say, I'll never pay a handicapper, well, who are you penalizing? You or me?
Oh, the mic drop from Ross the Boss. Ross, I'm going to let you get your voice a break since you got solo gamers. You got the winner's circle coming up. You got the blitz. You got last call coming up. If you're a fan of Ross the Boss, make sure you hit that subscribe button, Ross. Always a pleasure, my friend. Best of luck.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys.
Have a good one. WT.buzz/RB. That was a mic drop. Who are you penalizing,
That was
Andy?
You or me? That was awesome.
That was good.
We got a couple questions on some games here. Cards, Orioles, leaning Cards, also leaning Blue Jays, Royals. Are you covering either of those? I gotta be honest, I like overs in both of those. 8.5 on the Royals and the Blue Jays, I think I like the most. Max Scherzer, I mean, if you want to side, it's Royals plus money. Max Scherzer in starts. The Blue Jays are 3-8. So you're getting plus money. The odds just tell you, hey, when Scherzer pitches, take the other side. He got blown to smithereens against the Rays in his last outing. He was decent before, but they're going up against Seth Lugo, who's been awful. This month, 21.2 innings, 18 earned runs. I would look an over in that one. And then I lean an over in the Orioles and the Cardinals here. Bassett, okay, but he gives up 3 runs, 2 runs, 3. He's just giving up a few runs here or there. The Torres kind of the same way, 3 runs, 2 runs. There was a 5-run banger against Colorado, and these bullpens are not elite. I really would lean to the overs in there, but if I had to pick one side out of all of them, it's just the Royals at plus money. You're just fading Scherzer at plus money. So, and I know we got a question about Aaron Nola. I am abstaining from Aaron Nola predictions because I've been wrong every damn time.
Well, you heard me earlier thinking that I'm kind of leaning towards that Mariners side. Yes, Phillies are in a bounce back. Yes, I think the over is in play as well. But Andy, I'll save my thoughts on if we want to back Aaron Nola coming off of the first time in a long time he's reached 100 pitches. I'll save it for Dinger Tuesday. How about that, Andy? I'll save it for Dinger Tuesday.
Let's do that. Let's see. Jan and I are going to be recording the cut line after this. It is the very last tournament of the year for the PGA Tour. By the way, Live Golf is dead. I know the CEO has been talking about blah, blah. Well, I have a friend that does production for them. And she's like, yeah, RIP Live. we all just got let go. Yeah. After when you let the entire production team go and you tell them, hey,
probably not many productions in your future. Yeah,
probably not. So, but we're going to get you ready for the Tour Championship. We got Dinger Tuesday, but just a couple things. One thing, it's our 12-year anniversary for WagerTalk. I was not here at the beginning. The way I came here was just truly a bizarre 1 in a trillion circumstance. They brought me in to do NASCAR, and then just weird thing happened. I wasn't here anymore, and then COVID hit, and it was like who knows how to do NASCAR and golf? My buddy Jay Kennedy was like, I know a guy that knows how to talk NASCAR and golf. So I came back and the rest is history. But this is a really big day and a proud moment for guys like Marco, Johnny, Brian, Prez, guys that were there from the very beginning. I went out to dinner with Marco in Las Vegas once, and he told me the story of how it got started. And you know me, Dan, I'm an entrepreneur, man. I love guys that take chances. Seth, I don't know if Seth is in the chat. He started his own beef jerky company, but Marco said it was pretty terrifying. And he's like, I was in my 50s starting over, like literally starting over. So anybody that has the plums, the onions to do something like that, I will always respect. And I could not be more happy to be here. So congratulations to those guys making it 12 years. It's an industry that is brutal, cutthroat, but they have paved the way. They're doing things the right way. We're always trying to get better, but kudos to them, man. That's a job well done.
Yeah, and Andy, for what it's worth, in an industry like you said is cutthroat. We're only growing, and that is a huge credit to the folks who are in this chat right here. You found us in 2019. Vino got you hooked in, and you can find Vino on Profit Picks every single day. So we've listened, we've heard, we've studied analytics, and what we do is a YouTube page, Andy, is what has helped us grow as a company. And, the video team has grown. I've been on board since 2021. So shortly after you came on board, I was on board. RIP to the GOAT, Dave Cokin. I would argue, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of folks came here from the great Dave Cokin. So we appreciate you. Comment below and let us know, when did you start watching Wager Talk? When did you hop in?
Looks like Dave is the big winner of
a lot of Cokin love, and rightfully so. And we'll end the show here today, Andy, with a little bit of a tribute video to the 12 years. And Dave Cokin is featured prominently in that as well. So when we wrap up here for the day, we'll run this show that you can find on our social media channels. But let us know what got you started watching. How long have you been watching? And truly, 12 years, Andy. Here's to 12 more, brother. And getting to be a part of what we do here, absolutely love it. So you all tuning in here are just as much of a part. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you for the support.
And there's no smooth segue to be like, let's show us your dinger. It's Dinger Tuesday, Dan. Show us your dingers. Come on.
You want it? You got it. It's dinger time.
Cokin's bluntness is unmatched. I remember somebody in the chat was like, Dave, you're still doing this. You're old as dirt. And Cokin, without missing a beat, goes, you're dumb as dirt.
Yeah. Cokin didn't give a shit. And the best was just on air. Like, we have rules about what you can do on air. Like, you can't really drink on air, anything like that. Like, Cokin would just be sitting there ripping darts, breaking down college football and blowing smoke into the camera. And it was a sight to behold, man. Just leaning back in his chair like this. I would have to move his shot 12 times while he was talking. The GOAT.
The rules didn't apply to him, and everybody was okay with it.
Yeah.
All right, Dinger Tuesday. Well, I'm excited to hear yours. I'll save the best for last. Mine's pretty lame. I'm going to take Pete Alonso. He's got 30 on the season. We mentioned Liberatore for the Cardinals, giving up 21 home runs on the season. He's given up at least one in 2 of the last 3 games, 11 home runs at home. This is nitpicky, but it's Dinger Tuesday, so give me a break. Alonso has gone 2 games in a row without a home run. He hasn't gone 3 games without hitting a home run in 2 weeks. So I'm pulling the he's due card. So that's my Dinger Tuesday, Pete Alonso.
No, the best way to find dingers, Andy, is usually who is due. And I got to put my money where my mouth is. It's not every Tuesday that we get an Aaron Nola start. If people have tuned into the show, they know I'm a 4-for-4 Philly guy, and I'm also a noted Aaron Nola hater. I don't hate the guy. I just hate the product. And Aaron Nola, he's always good for at least sending someone yard. And we've tried picking spots here. Today, we're going to look for the best price with a guy who I think is really seeing it well in August. He's got 7 home runs in August, and that's Randy Arozarena. Randy Arozarena for the Seattle Mariners. We're looking at about plus 550 on this one. Righties have actually looked good against Aaron Nola this season. Like I said, he's gone deep 7 times in August. There were only 3 hitters in Major League Baseball that have gone deep more than Arozarena here. So Aaron Nola, I got to find a way to fade him. Plus 550 for a guy who's seeing it well in August. That's who I'm going with. That is my dinger.
Yeah, Johnny's in here. Dave was dying for 2 years, asked to stay on, didn't care about the money, loved the shows, talking with the clients and handicapping. Doctor gave him 6 months, maybe a year if he did extensive treatment. He said, kick rocks, no go, going out my way, and he lived 2 years. I use a phrase of his. I remember he was talking about it because somebody said, Dave, why don't you retire? And he said, retire and do what? This is what I know. This is what I live for. This is what keeps me alive. I use that all the time. Retire and do what? Like,
For
are you
what?
going to retire? Do what? Do what? So he was one of a kind. I was so glad. You know how awesome it was that I got to talk golf with Dave Cokin. I
mean.
got to do a few shows. So
Well, and that's the thing too, is like a lot of times, when you hear a guy that's that blunt, like so cavalier, a lot of the times they can come across as a dick, right? And Dave never did. He was just unabashedly him. So yeah, that was when I started working here, Andy, in 2021. That was some of the things that I would do was create, college football previews with him, and just the encyclopedia of knowledge from a guy who had seen it all. He bet every side of the game. He knew everyone in the industry. And, you talk about people who bookmakers hated seeing coming. Bookmakers didn't like booking his bets, but they loved talking to the dude, right? So it is crazy. He's a guy who is sorely missed, and you see it from the comments here, Andy. Without Dave Cokin, WagerTalk Today, its incarnation in 2026 probably isn't as big, because he was such a huge part of that.
Yeah, we'll play the video. I remember thinking to myself, I hope someday I can talk about a sport as eloquently as he could talk baseball. When he talked baseball, man, it was next level. Like, it was just
absolutely.
He was in a tier all to himself. So awesome 12 years. All right. It's $5 Tuesday, guys. Get as many as you want. Make sure you bet responsibly. We've got 3 of them up. 2 of those are tonight. 1 is for a college football play, so you can lock that in for the weekend. Contender Series, we will be live on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. So if you want to join us for Contender Series, you get the $5 play. And got our NFL future here. Okay, DJ Moore, who correctly plays for the Buffalo Bills.
Well done.
Dan, over under 824.5 receiving yard. We should have brought Ross on for this one. I'm going to let you go first today. I struggled with this one.
Yeah, and I struggle with it too, because it's a simple. He's coming here to be the one wide receiver for Buffalo, right? That's why they brought him in. So is he going to be a number 1 wide receiver? How many times do we keep having to do this DJ Moore song and dance, right? That's the concern for me. And the other concern is Josh Allen likes to spread the ball around. So if you just look at who was the Buffalo Bills' leading receiver over the past few seasons, it is a welcome sign to see DJ Moore on this roster. Can I interest you in Khalil Shakir as the leading wide receiver the last 2 seasons, Andy? 719 yards, 821 yards. So he wouldn't have gone over this number. The last time they had a wide receiver going over this number was when they had Stefon Diggs, and he did it 4 straight years. And before that, how about the name John Brown, Andy? Josh Allen got John Brown to over 1,000 yards. So it certainly is doable. I think this number feels low. The only way I would bet it is over. The concern for me, I think, is the hesitation of the name DJ Moore. Injury riddled, kind of the guy who seems like he should keep panning out at all these spots, and he never quite does. Now, he had a lot more competition for target share when he was in Chicago. I think he should be the clear-cut number 1 wide receiver here, Andy, which is why I would only go over what feels like a low number. I think he can get close to 900 yards here, but I don't think this could be a bet for me, simply because you don't know. The numbers could make sense, and you still just don't know until you see them in action together.
Yeah, Josh Allen's passing yards have gone down the last 3 years. His career high was 4,544 that year. Diggs, and here's a blast from the past, Cole Beasley had 967 yards. Cole Beasley. I think Cole Beasley was one of those guys that was on every single fantasy football team. Everybody that plays fantasy football has had Cole Beasley on their team.
At some point.
Their depth chart is DJ Moore, Shakir, Keon Coleman, and then you got Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. I will say this, DJ Moore is durable. He's played 17 games in 5 straight years. The guy doesn't miss. He doesn't miss games. Here's why I'm going with the over. This coaching change where they get rid of the coach and they move the offensive coordinator up. We talked about this. There was something there that it was like, we don't really believe in this coach, and we think he's holding the offense back. The fact that they elevated the offensive coordinator to head coach, to me, says we think we can get more out of this offense. I love that they have a very strong running game. James Cook is elite. Their their offensive line is really good. I'm going to take Joe Brady gets he gets the most out of Josh Allen. Maybe Joe Brady's like, hey, I think we're leaving a little bit on the table with Josh. I think he can throw the ball a little bit more. I'll take the over. I believe in the durability of DJ Moore. I'm going to roll the dice that Brady and Josh Allen get pretty aggressive this year. So over it is for me.
I love it. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you, Andy. Like, again, I don't think I'm betting it, but
I'm not betting.
I don't know I couldn't make a case for the under on that one. So that's the thoughts, DJ Moore, and we're going to do Steelers this Friday, correct, Andy?
Absolutely. Viewer suggestion is going to be the Steelers over under 8.5 wins. We got Chase Brown. I will be targeting Chase Brown in my big money league. I draft 8th. So I'm hoping he's going to be there on the come around in round 2.
That's a great move. Go wide receiver and then Chase Brown.
In a half-point PPR, yeah.
Love this.
I would love to have like an Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chase Brown combo in rounds 1 and 2. Yeah. That's like a mid-rare New York strip. Just all the juices.
At 8, I don't know if Amon will fall to you, Andy. I don't know if it works out, but you should be able to get something to pair with.
He will. I know this league. He'll be there.
Okay, beautiful. Love it.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Let's play the video and get out of here. Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Lawrence Pressman here, co-founder of WagerTalk Media.
I'm Marco D'Angelo, co-founder of WagerTalk.
It's our 12th year anniversary. I cannot believe it's been 12 years. It's been incredible. What a success. So much joy. Shout out to all my partners, to all the staff.
As we celebrate WagerTalk's 12th anniversary, I want to take a moment to say thank you.
To all the handicappers and most importantly to the listeners, the viewers, the watchers, the clients.
Whether you've purchased picks, watched one of our free play videos, or joined us for any of our sports betting shows, your support is the reason WagerTalk is where it is today.
None of this could happen without you.
We truly appreciate every member of the WagerTalk community. You've trusted us, you've supported us, and helped us build something special over the past 12 years.
And this is just the beginning. For another 12 years, we'll see you then.
And we're just getting started. We have even more exciting things planned for the future. So buckle up and come along for the ride as we begin the next chapter of WagerTalk. From all of us here at WagerTalk, thank you for being part of the WagerTalk family.